Oh, greetings, fellas. I haven't put any videos up lately. I've been uh, pretty busy and at work and life, stuff like that. So, but I just got back the other day from work and had a nice, I think this is my last submission, SGC one that I had outstanding. Oops, that's upside down. Yeah, it was my last outstanding submission. I don't have any currently more at PSA right now. I kind of held off on it because I have 2 orders from PSA that are coming back anytime. I have one one that's been away for, good Lord, like 17 months, I believe. Oops, these are backwards. I want them like this. 17 months. And they actually went back to my group submitter. And then he kind of messaged me and informed me that of the 20 cards that I sent away, 5 of them were mislabeled. So he turned around and sent them back. That was like middle of May. It's now the middle of June. I haven't heard back from them yet. Like, whatever. It's just it's, you know, when it gets to the point like this, after a year and a half, which is what it's very close to being. Actually, I think it's at a year and a half right now. It's a joke. It's just a giant joke. And I have another one that is in QA2. So that one's going to be coming back right away. And I just can't afford. I just can't afford to be firing off other submissions to SGC at the same time. So the SGC ones will have to wait because I got PSA ones coming back to pay for, and then maybe I will get back on the SGC train. I haven't been buying. I've just been busy. I haven't really done any card stuff for the last probably 3 weeks or so. So this is nice. I was kind of hoping to have a PSA one waiting for me too, but you know how that goes. They're still off. Whoops. They are still off getting relabeled and stuff. So these cards, when I sent them away, I had high hopes. I was like, oh, these are all going to get 10s. They're all perfect and everything else. And then it's funny, a little bit of time away, you kind of come to grips with this, like, no, that card's not going to get a 10. And this was the one. It's like, if something's going to come back and not be a 10, it's this one. And the whole reason, and you can just see the way the light catches it, because this is a 1999 Upper Deck MVP. This is the dynamic insert, and this is a foil board card, and you can just see at the top how the light catches it. It's just the surface of the card being a little on the rough side. Like, you can see how rough the surface is, and then that's just the way it's cut. But I had a feeling that if they were going to ding a card, it was going to be this one. But look at, like, the corners. Sharp. Everything about this card was very, very sharp. I thought the centering looked super good. It might be a little thin on top. Might be a touch thin on top. But back, front, it was in really, really good shape. Ooh. I don't know if I noticed that little mark before, a little black mark. Crap. Huh. Well, these were all very, very well wiped down and stuff. So if that was a mark that was on there, well, whatever, I can check the video. And it didn't come off, then it wasn't coming off. I kind of, in the back of my head, I was like, at best, this is going to be a 9.5. And I felt like they were going to ding it just because of the corners, or just because of the edges. SGC is graded 15 times. PSA is 101. PSA is gem rate on this is 22%. SGC 0, like normal. But this is the big one right here. This is what has been absolutely kicking my ass lately on submissions, and I'm going to do another video about that. I was kind of mad at SGC, very surprised, and now I'm not. And I will put that in another video because I've been sending cards that are short. That's just, I was kind of choked about it. I'm like, these cards are perfect. No, actually, they're short. And I will do a little video on that. So 0 A's, thank God. So this is not going to be an A. It's also not going to be a 10. At best, we're looking at a 9.5. And it gets a 9.5. That's awesome. That's really awesome. So yeah, pop 3, 99, Jordan, MVP, dynamic insert, number D1. There you go, 9.5. That's fantastic. That's awesome. That's great. Any Jordan, any insert, even any Jordan, any base, 9.5 or a 10 for this 90s stuff. Love it. Absolutely love it. This card, though, if there was one card in this submission that I said there is no way it can't get a 10, it was this card. And apparently it did not get a 10 because there are no 10s. But this card, every one of these cards, I was like, okay, in the back of my head, in the back of your brain, after you send it off and you think about it, and you're like, yeah, I can see there was that minute little dimple, or there was that, just a tiny bit of whatever on the edge, or there was that scuff that wasn't really a scuff, but they might, there was always something, except for this card. This card, I could not find a single scratch, a single mark, a centering issue, corner, anything. This card, in my mind, and it still is, and even after it's been away for a while, and I was like, no, there was nothing. I could not find a single bit of anything on this card that would knock it down from a 10. I thought this thing was an absolute, this had a possibility at a, what is that? Is that a piece of plastic in there? Or is that oh my God. Whatever. I'll take a closer look at it later. At best, we're looking at a 9.5. Yeah, if that is something right there, I'm gonna have to, I don't know what the frick. Who cares? Just what's the grade? A 9. Oh my God. What is it? What is it? What was on that card that knocked it down to a 9? A 9. I guess that was a tiny bit along that edge there. Is that a white? No, that's not white. That's just the light coming off of it. Might be tiniest bit of something there. Aye. A 9, eh? God damn it. Moving right along. This is 1994. Oh man, what I was excited basically for this card was to see what it looked like in an SGC slab. I figured this card would look absolutely gorgeous in the tux. Oh my God, look at that card. This is probably one of my absolute favorite. This is probably my favorite insert set that I have ever gotten my hands on to date. This card looks unfriggin' believable. And this one definitely had a shot at a 10. The only thing, there was one down in his shorts here somewhere, and it wasn't even a dimple. I'll never get it to show up. Sorry about the glare, but man, that's how you find surface issues. Ooh, I think you can just see it right there, right above my thumb. There's like this tiny, it's not like a dimple like pressed with a pen or something. It's just like a slight dimple on the card, just in the surface kind of thing. So it definitely, this card had a shot on a 10 because everything else about this card was rock solid. Beautiful. But I would also be super happy with a 9.5, just not a 9. Like the Star Quest, please. This card gets a... Oh, shit. A 9. I did have... Well, it could be centering too, though. I'll have to go online and take a look at some of these. I don't know how this card got a 9. Shit. Urgh. Well, this is going to be a submission with no 10s. Well, and that's, hey, man, when you're collecting 90s stuff, this is another card that I always like to end off. I always like to include and end off in a card that was part of my collection from packs that I was ripping back in 92. This is 92. This is from the McFarlane era Spiderman set, which I bought. So I bought boxes and boxes of this stuff, and it was because I was looking for these cards. These Chase Prism cards are so wicked, and this one, because there's not very many. There's not a big population of. Oh, and this was interesting. This was very, very interesting. Like 14 times, it's been graded 14. This is a 6-card subset, or a 6-card insert set. Card number 2, P2. It's called Dynamic. It's only been graded 14 times by SGC, 31 by PSA. But look at the gem rates. Since I started doing this is the first time I have ever seen SGC with a higher gem rate than PSA. Every single other one, 8%, 34%. 0%, 13%. 0%, 22%. This never happens. I've never seen a PSA gem rate higher or lower than the SGC. So that's crazy right there. But then again, no A's, which is a win most of the time. And I was really hoping this had a good shot at a solid 9.5. Maybe, well, whatever, just show the grade. 9.5. There we go. Very nice. Sweet. There was the tiniest surface along down near the bottom, down in here somewhere. There was the tiniest little bit of surface kind of stuff. And so I was like, yeah, like 9.5. Just give it a 9.5. Man, that one kind of chokes me a bit. That one and this one, the 2 9s. What's up with that? I thought if anything was going to get a 9, it was this card, then possibly this one. This one was almost a lock at a 10, and I thought this one was a 9.5 with a solid shot at a 10. And there you go. The card I thought would get the lowest gets one of the best. That's pretty much about right. That is, I don't know. I feel like I'm really gonna have to take a good look at that card. That one's low, and this one's low too. But there you go. There's the 4 tuxes for this month. I've said it a few times. Marvel cards. God, man, do Marvel cards look good in the tux? Holy smokers. That and this. I knew that gold would just look fantastic in there. That's a nice looking card. I don't know. 2 Jordans, a Shaq, and a Spiderman. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid submission. Like I said, I'm waiting on. I have 1 PSA. That, good lord, we had to go back to get 25% of the cards relabeled, and another one that should be. It's in QA2. It's been in QA2 for like a week now. Hopefully it'll be on the way back to my group submitter and heading towards the border. So that's what I got for y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace.